guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm in this random parking lot somewhere here in Clearwater, Florida, and guess what? I'm here for a very good reason. This is the car that I know many of you have been waiting for, and definitely this guy right here has been waiting for. This is the all-new, first time ever 2021 Kia K5 GT. But before we get into this turbocharged mid-size sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Kia, they're really bringing it big, and they're really doing the business in the auto industry. The Telluride, the Stinger GT, the Sorento, the Seltos, and this K5 is really changing the name of the game when it comes to style, and definitely now some big performance. Now for 2021, Kia decided, you know what, let's put things into a global alignment. They dropped the Optima, they now call it the K5, and this GT is the one that's at the top trim level. It's gonna go up against your Camry TRD. It's gonna go up against the sister brand, the Hyundai Sonata N-Line, the Honda Accord Touring, and of course the Mazda 6. One thing is for certain, unique style and definitely that turbocharged power, plus wait until we get to the interior. It's gonna blow your mind what Kia does, especially at this price point. So let's go ahead, let's find out if this is better than all that competition that I mentioned, and is this really a real performance mid-size sedan? Let's go find out. Right off the bat, I love the color. The blue fits the body lines to a T. When we start at the front of the business, remember, the new K5 it's not sitting on the old Optima chassis. All new chassis, the car is wider, it's lower, and it's a little bit longer. At the front of the business, we have the very unique, intricate headlight design. Full LED daytime running lamp. On the K5, you're gonna get that signature heartbeat design with your daytime running lamp. Super clean, super fresh. I like the way there's a little bit of gunmetal gray in the grille, but we'll get to that in a few seconds. I wanna focus in this lower corner. Now, what you're gonna get are LED fog lamps. I like the way they hide them in between the slots. You have these horizontal gloss black pieces of trim that also produce downforce, because this shape has been proven in a wind tunnel. Even the way they extend this lower portion of the front fascia really gives it a great look, and you don't have to worry about stuck-on splitters or anything like that. The one thing I am gonna do a quarter zonk on is that this is not a functional side air curtain. It would have been great to have that aerodynamic efficiency and make that a functional side air curtain. But other than that, starting here, we're already off to an awesome start. Now, as we come across that tiger nose grille, remember, this is a signature grille design that Kia is bringing into their design philosophy, whether you're looking at the big Telluride or this Kia K5. On the GT, it's a nice gunmetal gray. I love the shape, especially how they pinch it in the center section. And then as you drop down, all wide opening with horizontal slots, flat black, and a little bit of gloss. Nothing too crazy on the gloss black, and I think that's why I like this more aesthetically than the sister Sonata N-Line. Now, when we go up onto the hood, look how it's got a nice slope to it as it meets with the grille. You got your Kia badge, and the way they make this nice U-shaped indentation really gives it a lot of character without it being too busy. And I think that's another area where Kia is bringing some great design without it being just all over the place. Now, when we come around the bend, you can see that heartbeat signature daytime running lamp. We have our unique wheel and tire setup just for the GT. This is a 19-inch wheel, machined aluminum, gloss black, multi-spoke, love the design. And then if you notice real closely, it's got the GT badging on those calipers. So we got a little bit better braking capability. They've retuned the shock absorbers and all the suspension bits to give you a better handling K5, and then what's underneath that hood is really gonna bring some extra performance. But 245 on the width, 40 series sidewall. I think the style speaks for itself. I love the way on the fender, no stuck on, fake vents from Pep Boys or anything like that. Super clean. We come down the side of the vehicle, you're gonna get gloss black on your mirror caps, slim and trim on the LED lighting. One thing I wish they would have done, and I am gonna zonk this, is I wish this was either flat black or gloss black on the top trim. For some reason, they decided to do the bright silver like on the other trims. I wish that this had something a little bit sportier, but you'll notice up top we have our panoramic sunroof. They black out the whole roof, including the shark fin antenna, color matched on the door handles, and you'll notice that nice simple sill design on the lower portion. Strong body lines though, gives it a lot of character from the side. Now, as we come towards the rear, they kind of do a little trickery on you. They make you think that it's gonna be like the Stinger GT's Sportback, hatchback style design. It actually isn't. But what's awesome is that you're still getting that sexy, low slung roof line that comes into the rear glass. What I do like is the way they take the trim. Now, like I was saying, on the GT, I wish this trim was black, but it's very unique how it comes all the way down and actually does a U shape and goes back around to the other side. Now, as we get to the tail end of the business, you are gonna get a trunklet spoiler. I'm looking at it and you can see how the chrome kind of takes away. It makes your eyes go here. I wanna look here, but my eyes are going here. Some gloss black to blend in with the glass, and that's what makes it look like that hatchback design, but this does have an actual trunk. Love the trunklet spoiler though. We drop down another area where I think Kia just does it better than the competition are the taillights. You got that same heartbeat signature design. Look how it goes all the way across. And I'm digging the way it's dashed rather than just a solid line going across the back. K5 badging. And then yes, they listen to Rady's Rides, quad tip exhaust, oval cut, slash cut with that simulated rear diffuser here, looking very powerful and having the exhaust on both sides. My only other zonk, even though it looks good, are the fake vents that they put on the side here. I wish they would open these up and just give it some aerodynamic efficiency. I'm not asking for brake cooling or anything like that, but super clean. GT badge, looking strong. Let's pop the hood though. It's got the badge. Let's go check out the power. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts that are nice. And like I was saying, all new for 2021, not just the outside, not just the inside, but underneath that hood is the 2.5 liter inline four turbocharged engine. You're looking at 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed DCT. They're calling it the quick shift DCT transmission. Thank you for not putting a CVT in here, Kia. Top speed, 150 miles an hour. It is front-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in about 5.7 seconds, which does make it faster, 0 to 60, than a BMW 330i. Quarter mile is gonna go by at 14.1 at 104 miles an hour. MPGs, you're looking good. 24 in the city, 32 on the highway, and the car weighs 3,552 pounds. So nice to see them really bringing some performance. I like the way they didn't just cover everything up with a bunch of plastic. You could see the turbo near the firewall underneath the heat shielding. You could see the engine cover tasteful with the turbo badge. And the fact that it takes a brand new 330i 0 to 60 and quarter mile, I think that speaks for itself. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2021 Kia K5 GT. It's like a baby Stinger GT. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been waiting for this. I can't wait to have some on-throttle fun for you. I want to have some on-throttle fun myself, and I don't blame you, I promise. How much is it? MSRP starts a little over $30,000 and goes up from there depending on the options, but let's see what you get for your hard-earned money to the door panels. I love the design work that they have done from the exterior to the interior. Soft touch materials. The way they do the speaker grille covers is very tasteful. And then you're gonna get this cool gunmetal gray finish that just looks classy. A little bright silver brushed aluminum, some red stitching. There's a nice soft armrest. There is a bit of gloss black though around the switchgear for the windows and the door locks, but nothing too crazy. You have the Bose sound system, and then you do have a very small door pocket there. You can fit a bottle of milk, but it's got to be super small, not the kind that they leave on your doorstep, and you could get 2 Egg McMuffins in there. Now, as you go from the door panel to the dash, soft touch, the simulated stitching, there's that flat gray finish. Look at how they do the finish on the AC vents. It's just all those little touches that let you know they didn't just slap this car together, which is great. That gloss black is perfect, the silver, and then look what we have. We have that 10.25-inch infotainment system screen with navigation, with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The only zonk is that you don't get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. But I do like the clarity. I especially like the size and the way that it blends nicely. Look how it waterfalls right into the gauge cluster to the left of it. Now, backup camera-wise, you throw it into reverse, you do have very, very clear vision there. I wish it just was a little bit larger on the visual display, but you have your trajectory and you have your blind spot monitoring as you're backing up. Put it back into park. You want to go to through the different features. It's real simple. You go into radio controls, and then it pops up. It's kind of cool. They have this Edison bulb style. We're rocking out to 80s on 8, so that's pretty cool. But very quick on the functioning and very easy to understand, and I really like that about the vehicle. Now, as we come down, you have a nice bright silver start-stop button. There's the finishes on the AC vents looking great. Gonna get dual climate control, a little bit of gloss and a little bit of silver is a nice balance. We have USBs, 2 of them, and a 12-volt. You have a place for easily 4 Snickers bars, maybe 4 Three Musketeers. That was a little complicated. Or you could stack up some Reese's peanut butter cups, at least 4 of them, without them sliding around. You do have a F16 inspired shifter. I know a lot of people wanted the rotary style shifter that they have over in South Korea, but we have the F16 style shifter. This is going to control that 8-speed DCT. 2 cup holders, a little bit of gloss black. I like the way the center console kind of drifts down very cleanly, which is great. And then key fob, tasteful. Silver on the buttons on the side. You do have remote start, which is great. And then my favorite part is you have a nice drive mode selector knob switch that's easy to get to. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, and ventilated seats. And I love the way they do it all with one toggle switch. Very, very smart. Wireless charging, which is great. You just drop your phone right in there. Semi-soft to almost too hard on the armrest, but the stitch work is great. Open this up, you got a 12-volt, and you could put your winning stack of Twinkies in there. Easily 10 Twinkies will fit in there, and you're not going to squirt cream everywhere, which is great. Seats, you got that soft text, faux leather with the GT embroidery, the red piping, the perforated center. I love the way they look, they feel. Some nice bolstering. You do have electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And like I pointed to you outside, I'm 6 feet tall, I got plenty of headroom, and we have a panoramic sunroof. Look at that. Really nice to open, really simple to close. Feeling good over here? Get your butt over here, because I got a flat bottom steering wheel I want to show you behind the wheel of. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this K5 GT. You do get your seat controls, easy to get to. Lower lumbar is perfect. The bolstering on the seat, as you can see on the bottom, not too bad. Could be a little bit higher. I'd be okay with it, but I know they're trying to fit many different, fans when it comes to more or less bolstering. Up top is nice. Really a great driving position. Steering wheel is spot on the money. Flat bottom. I love the aluminum finish, the GT badge. Even the horn button looks classy with the silver around the perimeter here. Flat black on the buttons. You do have bright, shiny plastic, silver plastic paddles to go up and down that 8-speed DCT. The steering wheel is tilting and telescoping, and the dash, I know a lot of people are disappointed we're not getting the full 12-inch display like over in some other global markets, but you do have LED backlit gauges. There is a cornucopia of different information, so you could bring up your performance gauges. You can also go through range, compass, the whole 9 yards, your lane keep assist, and then back to a digital speedometer. But I like having the gauges there. Modes. So right now we're in sport. All new is Sport Plus. That actually shuts off the traction control. We're gonna smoke them because we got them in our K5 GT custom. You could tailor it perfectly to how you want it. And then if you really want to be boring, I guess you could just be normal. But for us on Rainey's Rides, we're at least gonna stay in sport. That part, super clean. I like the way it displays there right in the center. Everything else is well laid out in here. Let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna be holding on for dear life as you're carving up those twisty bits. All right, guys, back seat time. I'm telling you, with this new chassis, you're definitely getting a better looking Kia midsize sedan on the outside, but back here you're getting tons of room. I feel fantastic, 6 feet tall still. I haven't shrunk any. I got plenty of headroom. Back to the seats, There is the plastic, I'll let that slide, but what I'm happy to report is that we have solid leather style material on the back. That's gonna allow you to put that abacus in there. You could put your nunchucks. You could put, say you're not a fighter, you know, I'm always talking about nunchucks or Chinese stars. Say you're a lover. You could put a little stuffed animal in there and then you could hug it each and every day. Rear AC vents with that same design on the bottom. I love that extra touch. 2 USBs. So not just one USB, 2 USBs. I have my own pocket here so I can put a bag of popcorn just for the heck of it. LED lighting, reading lighting, and then of course armrests. Bam, look at that. 2 cup holders. The material is great, it feels good. Let's get to the trunk because I'm telling you, we're gonna go on throttle very, very soon. All right guys, time to pop the trunk. I like the way they kind of just hide the button right next to the rear view camera. Pop it, flips up. You have a nice large opening. You're looking at around almost 16 cubic feet of space. And what I like that Kia does is have the handles you just pull and you're gonna be able to fold those seats, do a 60-40 split very easily. Nice low cargo floor means we could go to Costco and you'll get there very quickly. Get the big old packages of Charmin that you wanna hoard in your house, and then you could get to your next destination. But you know what? Since we're talking about driving, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this for a little on-throttle spin. All right, guys, before we get to the twisty bits and we're inside this 2021 Kia K5 GT, I just want to touch on the appointments in here. I mean, everything looks really, really spot on when it comes to what Kia is professing that they're bringing. They're bringing this higher upscale feel at an excellent price point. The panoramic sunroof, the massive infotainment system, everywhere you touch, soft touch material. The seats are comfy. I wish there was just a little bit more bolstering, but you know what? They did a great job overall. Where you know, it's a little missing is gonna be obviously that digital gauge cluster would be nice right about now to have a 12-inch digital display, but I dig analog gauges, so I don't really have too big of an issue with that. But pulling away from the light, the 8-speed DCT shifts really smoothly. I do have it in sport mode right now. There is that Sport Plus mode, which I can't wait to use when we go down the twisty bits. But driving down the road here, not too much wind noise, very smooth, very comfortable. All right, guys, we're at the best part, the twisty bits part. I really want to showcase, is this a true performance sports sedan? 290 horsepower. I'm excited. I have it in Sport Plus mode, which is new, shuts off the traction control. I'm gonna leave it in automatic mode for the 8-speed DCT this first time around, and then we'll switch it up. But if you're ready, I'm ready. A little bit of throttle, on throttle, here we go. Whoa! Smoke them if you got them in your K5. Nice. Let's see how we do through this transition here on the brakes. Feeling good. Yeah! Nice and stable. On the brakes. Held the gear perfect. So let's talk about what just happened there. I felt that overall the 8-speed DCT was very competent. There was maybe 2 times where as I got back on throttle, it needed a downshift and get the revs back up. But other than that, very, very smooth. When it did downshift, as I was braking, it didn't upset the chassis. Turn-in is very, very quick in this car. And yes, with it being front-wheel drive, especially with the traction control off, you are gonna overwhelm the tires on the front of the business. But you know what? A screeching tire is a happy tire in my book. Once we got traction, felt really good. Steering feel, turning is good. I'm just getting a little bit of vagueness mid-corner. but when you're coming out, everything kind of comes back around and feels good. All right, guys, we're gonna manually shift the 8-speed DCT with the paddles behind the steering wheel. First gear, give it some throttle. On throttle, here we go. Smoke them if you got them. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Nice, feels good. Brakes feel phenomenal. Balance, look at this. On those brakes, downshift. Really nice amount of grip coming from the front of the vehicle. Even with all the power going to the front wheels, I know a lot of people are gonna argue, why didn't they do all-wheel drive? I think it needs a little bit more power before we go all-wheel drive. If we go above, say like 310, if this had 310 horsepower, 315, then give me the all-wheel drive. There's no torque steer, which is great. Even from a dead stop, while you're hearing the tires spin, there's no torque steer. And if you know how to drive a front-wheel drive car quickly, you will totally understand how it behaves. You're not getting a lot of push, believe it or not. As you come out of the turn, getting on throttle, you're not getting a lot of push from the front end. It's really gripping nicely. I would like just a little bit more movement from the rear, just a little bit so I could square off the corner, but this thing is very, very, very impressive. All right, guys, this time we're gonna start from a roll, second gear, 4,000 RPM on throttle, here we go. Nice. On the brakes. Gripping so well. Very composed. Watch this. Watch this turn here. Downshift. Nice. All right, let's talk about what's happening here. So I would like the rear end just to move around a little bit more, but I'm getting great communication through the steering wheel on what the front end of the vehicle is doing. The back, just, I don't know, I needed to just move just a little bit more left to right, but steering feel is great. It could use some fine tuning, but listen, for their first time with this K5 GT, this is a baby stinger GT, man. This thing is a mid-size sedan beast and a ton of fun. Looks so good. This is probably one of my favorite mid-size sedans across the board, just from the sheer look. The blue, those yellow, orange daytime running lamps look phenomenal. People see it and they're like, what is that? The sound coming into the cabin is pleasurable. You're not getting a lot of shake under braking, even though we're not running any kind of Brembo brake setup or anything. You're getting some nice stout brakes. Now, of course, as you keep going and going and going, I think you're gonna start to get some brake fade, but in Sport Plus mode, I like the throttle sensation, the steering sensation, and just all the amenities in here are wonderful. You do have a very small gear indicator. I wish it was just a little bit larger, and I also wish the paddles were just a little bit larger. On throttle. This is fun. This is fun. Nice. Here we go. Yeah. Put the smile on your face. Look at this. Nice. Very, very nice. That felt good. That felt really good. All right, right, guys, one more time for you, one time more time for me. On throttle, smoke them if you got them. Love it. Absolutely love it. On the brakes, downshift. Yeah. Look at this. Look at the speed. This is the telling point, this left-right transition up here. Here we go. Yes! See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I felt exactly what my grip level was at, and I was able to feel the chassis doing the work, and it was nice and stable. It made me feel good, and it made me want to push harder. And that's what I love about this car, is that this has the performance, but you can enjoy it because it makes you feel confident. And like I was saying, for the people who right now put in the comment section that it should have all-wheel drive, if it had a little bit more horsepower, I would say yeah, but I'm telling you, you got to drive one of these. You got to drive one of these. All right, guys, it's been another great day, especially with this Kia K5 GT. I definitely got to thank JB, James, the whole crew over at Kia Motors USA for allowing Rady's Rides access to this all-new K5. It really shows that they are changing the name of the game, really bringing up the level of design, quality, and performance for the price. And you definitely want to add this to your shopping list if you're looking for that mid-size sedan that does something a little extra, something special. But if you want to keep seeing these mid-size sedans on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera out here fighting Mother Nature. We're battling Mother Nature. Wind, rain, sleet, snow. No snow. We're in Florida, but she is busting her butt, so show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.